So let's take a look at Wednesday's Bitcoin price action. Let's see exactly what price is up to. As of yesterday, or as of early last week, actually, we had, the accumulation, manipulation, expansion down, and this expansion leg, has resulted in about an 18% mark down. So we're looking to see what has price got in store for us? What's price looking to do next? Yesterday, we said on the way down, we've had lots of supplies above us. We've got 1 hour, 45 minute, 10 minute. We've got this important 4-hour supply that's confluent with our POC. And if we look closer, we've got 1 hour, 45 minute, and a 2-hour zone over there. And we also said below us, we've got this 12-hour demand and this 4-hour demand that's confluent with our value area high from this previous range. All right. So we were looking at this 12-hour zone as a potential reaction point, an area where Bitcoin was going to react. But it did not happen. We did not get a reaction there. And we need to understand why we did not get a reaction there. Okay. So I'm going to show you why we didn't get a reaction there. Now, we didn't get a reaction there because we missed something. We missed something very, 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 very important. At this level, if we trace all the way back to the left on the 2-hour, what you see is that we've missed a very key demand zone. We've missed in our analysis a very obvious demand zone, and I'm going to put that in red. And that's going to show us our missed demand zone. So here we have it. We have our 2-hour demand zone that we can see over here, from here. And if we drag that across, we can see that's exactly where price has, reacted from. That's where price is wicked from. So if we were actually aware of that zone, this could have been a potential trade opportunity. And let's see if our other confirmations would have been respected. Well, if we use the bar replay tool and we go back to that region, well, that would have taken place around here. Let's see if our confirmations were actually present. So if we go on the, I would say, let's go on the 12-minute. Let's see if we get a change in market structure as we, reach this zone, our red zone. So we obviously come towards that zone. We go through that zone. Of course, we break the zone, but this is on a 12-minute. Remember, this is a 2-hour zone, okay? So even though it's a break on a 12-minute, it's a wick on the 2-hour, all right? So what we can see here is that we've got this, Bitcoin coming down over here, all right? And we can see that it's had that reaction. If in terms of our structure, we've got our high, our low, not quite broken here, and then we've actually broken the structure here. So this is where the break occurs. So we can see that that would have been where our break occurred. So what we could have done at that point is look for a retracement. There we have it. We could look for a retracement to enter along around there. So we could have entered along there to ride that up. Or for those of you who are a bit more cautious, you could wait for the second leg, okay? And then the second leg took place around here. So you could look for here to enter your, second long opportunity. And what you would need to do is put that stop loss obviously below the low, all right? And that would have been a nice entry for a nice trade for you. And, that would have put you in quite decent profit. All right, so what's happened since then? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of all of that, the price action. I'm sure Market Cipher would have also showed us that, we should have got into that trade. And let's see what Market Cipher was saying. Well, Market Cipher on the 12-minute, we've got price coming down and momentum going up. There you have it, all right? And we have obviously this really, really long-winded, money flow. And we can also see that when it's really long-winded like this, there is a reaction and there is some potential upside. There is some potential upside about to take place. And that's exactly what has happened. So Market Cipher also agreed with that level there. But that happens, you miss some zones like I've done. I've made a mistake. We miss zones. We all make mistakes. All you have to do is, keep moving forward and plan your next trade. All right. So we're going to get rid of that for now because that's been mitigated. All right. So what we're looking at now is, we're in this local uptrend. We've also got our zones that we're aware of. But as far as this local uptrend goes, if we look at this on a 2-hour, we can see that in a 2-hour, we were looking at this 2-hour zone to tell us whether, Bitcoin would react there for some further downside or break, towards or to test that 4-hour high up there. We're still looking to see the results of that reaction. Now, on a 2-hour, well, it's quite clear at the moment that on the 2-hour, we've kind of pierced through that 2-hour zone, and we've actually closed above that 2-hour zone. We have got a nice, nice wick, a bull rejection wick. However, we have closed above that zone. Okay, so what does it tell us? This tells us that Bitcoin, has broken structure, be it not as convincingly as we may like. It has broken structure, and after a break of structure, you should be expecting a retracement. Where would that retracement occur? Well, it could occur over here, because we've got that 15-minute zone, waiting for us over here. We've got that 15-minute zone, so we could get a nice reaction from there. So that's going to be my next area that I'm looking for a long. I'm looking for a long here to see if we have any change in market structure as we approach that zone. All right. Next, well, what we could also see here is that we had this sort of range, and I was thinking, if Bitcoin was to react off this 2-hour block and it was to go down, we would have a nice, nice range high, low, retest of the range high, and some downward action. But that's not what happened. We didn't get any market structure change over here. In fact, we broke that range quite convincingly. And if we go down to the 5 minutes perhaps, and we look at our 5-minute structure, we can see on the 5 minutes that, we've maintained that bullish structure. We need to break this low in order to turn bearish on the 5 minute. So we're still quite bullish on the 5 minute, right? So we can go as low as here and continue that uptrend, all right? So what does that mean for Bitcoin? Where are my next trades? Well, of course, we've still got this 45-minute supply above us. Now, this 45-minute supply is a key zone because it's the reason why we got this flush down, okay? So it is a key reaction point, and what Bitcoin may be trying to do is something like this. It may be looking, on the 2-hour to break structure, but react off that 4-hour for that pullback for some more further action, all right? That potentially is what it's trying to do. But be wary, make sure for each and every zone, you're looking out for clear change in market structure and market cipher to be confident with your idea. We've also got this 1-hour zone, all right? And all of this is within this 4-hour swing structure. So we've got a swing high and we look to have our swing low at the moment. So don't forget, in terms of the 4-hour, Bitcoin can react here, it can react here, it can react as high as this and continue that downward action. So it could do that still, all right? So we just need to be aware of that. And what else do we need to be aware of? Well, we need to look at this 45-minute zone clearly, as well as this 2-hour zone, because if we break this 2-hour zone, we're going to test this 45-minute zone. And if we break that 45-minute zone, we're looking to test that 1-hour zone. And, potentially, if we're looking at that 1-hour zone, we might as well look to test that, 4-hour swing high. So what I'm going to do now is take a look at what, our range looks like as far as our POC. So we can see that we have, a POC coming in with that 1-hour zone as well. So this adds more confluence on that zone. So that's another area that you may want to be looking at for your signal, for your setup, for your entry criteria. All right. So that's what we have as far as the local structure. Those are my local plays at the moment. We've got a long over here. We've got short of this zone, and then we've got short of the zone. And of course, we're looking at that 4-hour high, to get another short in there as well. If Bitcoin decides to do that, we're going to enter those trades. Now, if Bitcoin decides to test this low, because Bitcoin, nobody knows what Bitcoin is going to do. It does what it wants. If Bitcoin decides, let's clean this up a bit. If Bitcoin decides, you know what, I'm going to come up here, I'm going to trick all these traders, and then I'm going to go further down. Well, in the case that it does that, we're looking at this low, this 4-hour low for a reaction. That will put us into a nice range. And that range would look something like this. So we've got our range low and our range high, or range high, range low, whichever way you want to look at it. And price action could do something like this. Okay, wick that level and continue up. And if that's the case, well, we need to be looking here for another trade opportunity. All right, so there we have it. Those are my trade options. Remember, planning your trade is one piece of the puzzle. The second piece is actually understanding what are my entry criteria? What am I looking out for? What do I need to see before I enter my trade with conviction? And until I see that, I am not touching that trade. So make sure make sure you're looking out for your confirmations, and make sure you're looking out to see exactly what price action is doing as you approach a level. Don't forget to practice really good risk management, and make sure as you enter your trade, you're actually monitoring your trade to see, is there a change in market structure that invalidates my idea? So there you have it. That's today's update. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe for some more updates.